This movie follows the story of a woman known only as the Lady. One night, she meets a good-looking and very charming man. Before long, the two are chatting and drinking together in the parking lot of a motel. Their plan is simple, they're going there for a one-night stand. But once they arrive, the lady starts to hesitate. She even admits that she's judging herself for agreeing to something like this. At first, the man asks if it's because he's married, but she quickly says no. She explains that one-night stands are risky, especially for a young woman like her. After all, they barely know each other, and once they're alone in a room, anything could happen. That's when she suddenly asks a blunt question. Are you a serial killer?
Are you a serial killer?
For some context, there's actually a serial killer on the loose, so her question isn't just a joke. The man immediately becomes uneasy and uncomfortable, especially when he realizes how serious she is. He awkwardly denies it, but his reaction seems suspicious. Things look even stranger when we see that he has several guns hidden in his truck, something the lady doesn't know. Still, she laughs it off and agrees to go inside the motel room with him. Inside the motel room, things don't go as planned. They begin fooling around, and she asks him to tie her up as part of their play. But after a while, she realizes she isn't enjoying it. He unties her and suggests they try something lighter. They start again, but she still doesn't feel comfortable and eventually pushes him off. This makes the man angry, and he forcefully ties her hands back to the bed. The mood in the room instantly turns dark and terrifying. She begs him to stop, to untie her, to get off her, but he doesn't listen. He silences her and says that he's in control, even hinting that he might really be the serial killer. But then we learn the twist, this is actually part of their role-playing. She had asked him to act this way. She told him that when she says no, he should be even more aggressive. If she cries or looks scared, he should stay in character. The only time he should stop is if she says their safe word, Mr. Snuffleupagus. But as she explains this, it's clear that the man isn't entirely comfortable with the idea. He agrees to try the role play for her, and at first he plays the part, maybe a little too convincingly. During the scene, the lady becomes upset and says the safe word,
Mr. Snuffleupagus.
The man immediately stops, worried he went too far. But as soon as he unties her, she bursts out laughing, which clearly throws him off.
How can you say awful things to me?
Fuck! You told me to say them. I thought.
She then pulls him back in by offering drugs, promising again that they'll finish the one-night stand. They take the substances, but out of his sight, she adds a vial of another mystery white powder onto the tray along with the cocaine. However, when he moves toward her, she rejects him once more. Realizing the one-night stand will never happen, he gets annoyed and starts packing his things. That's when the story takes a huge turn. The lady slips into the bathroom, takes out a knife and a taser, and comes back out to find him lying face down outside the room, apparently stunned or drugged. She drags him back in, ties him up, gags him with a sock, and does something brutal. She carves the letters E and L into his chest while he screams. Afterward, she goes through his things, flushes his phone down the toilet, and looks in his wallet. There she discovers he is actually a police officer. Realizing the danger of that fact, she decides she has to kill him. But before she can, he manages to pull a small gun from his boot and fires. A bullet hits her ear. Bleeding and desperate, she jumps from a second-story balcony, then runs to the motel office for help. Inside are two women, the desk attendant and a nurse. The desk attendant locks the door and says she'll call the police, but the lady panics. When the attendant won't cooperate the way she needs, the lady kills her. She then takes the nurse's car and clothes and drives off to get away. The cop, however, recovers fast. He takes more drugs and chases her down twisty tree-lined roads, and he keeps doing heaps of cocaine, which causes him to swerve. He wants to end this now and slams to his screeching stop. He hops into his truck bed and fires, shattering the back windshield. The lady loses control of the car, and it topples over, crashing out. He hurries back into his truck as she struggles to pull herself free. The truck speeds right for her, and she jumps out of the way in the nick of time. The lady disappears into the woods. There she finds an old house where an elderly couple are having breakfast. They hear a screaming, crying woman at the door. The wife is cautious and even holds a can of bear spray. But when the lady faints, they let down their guard and try to help. Tragically, the lady kills the husband when he goes to call the police. She then turns to the wife and, saying she doesn't want to kill her, ties her up instead. Luckily for the lady, the old couple were doomsday preppers. They had an underground bunker outside, and she agreed to lock the wife inside it. But things didn't go as planned. While they were walking toward the bunker, the wife suddenly managed to escape, just as the man finally caught up with him. The lady quickly ran back into the house, searching for a place to hide. She climbed inside a deep freezer, swallowing a handful of strong painkillers before shutting herself in. It doesn't take long before the man finds her. He fires a bullet straight into the freezer, hitting her shoulder. He then handcuffs her to the freezer handle and goes upstairs to call his colleague at the police station. A few moments later, he returns, and the two exchange a tense conversation. Then everything goes wrong. In a flash, the lady sprays him in the face with bare mace. Blinded and in agony, he stumbles back, giving her a chance to grab him and bite into his neck, tearing out his jugular. He collapses, and within seconds, he's dead. Not long after, two police officers arrive at the house. The lady quickly stages the scene to make it look like the man had assaulted her.
And then we'll wait here for the EMTs.
The victim needs medical attention. Our job is to do what we need to do to keep her alive.
This ain't my first jar of pickles.
And just because I vagina doesn't mean you shouldn't listen to a fucking thing I have to say.
This has nothing to do with and everything to do with the diapers you were wearing when I cleared my first crime scene. We don't even know if she's a victim yet. We need to find that out first. That's fucking protocol.
You want to be held liable for this, or you want to help me move her? Hey!
Okay, I'll help you move her.
They load her into the back of their car to take her for medical help. During the drive, the male officer suddenly stops when he sees an older woman running out of the woods. She frantically explains that a stranger came to her house and killed her husband. It's the wife who escaped earlier. When she looks into the back seat and recognizes the lady, everything clicks, but it's too late. The lady pulls out the gun she took from the man earlier and shoots the old woman. The officers are shocked, but before they can react, the lady takes control of the situation. She points the gun at them and tells the female officer to get out of the car, saying she doesn't want to hurt her after how kindly she treated her. The woman officer pleads with her to stop, but realizing she has no choice, she steps out of the car. The lady then orders the male officer to keep driving. After a while, he nervously asks her why she killed so many people. She reveals her true identity, the infamous serial killer known as the Electric Lady. When Pete asks if she's really her, she nods and calmly replies that it's true, saying she didn't mean to. Sometimes she doesn't see humans, she sees devils. Moments later, she shoots him too. The lady crawls out of the car, limping down the empty road. Eventually, a kind woman driving by spots her and stops to help. She puts her arm around the wounded lady, helping her into the passenger seat, and then calls the police. But as she's talking to the officer on the phone, she glances over and sees the lady pointing a gun right at her. Acting fast, she defends herself and shoots the lady in the side. She quickly tells the dispatcher what just happened and starts driving toward the police station. The movie ends with a chilling final shot. The lady sitting in the passenger seat, staring directly at us as her life slowly fades away.
Here before and I'll stay here forever. Oh, better the devil you know than the devil you don't.